RDA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Las Vegas, Nevada. Today we've got a Week 8 matchup on tap here, as it'll be the LA Chargers taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Set. On the ground, this is Amarian Hampton. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first.
I'm not sure exactly how they would phrase it in their own locker room, but that's a yardage grab right there. To be able to get that amount of yardage on the first play of the game and a change field position to the positive side, you got to love the way they're getting started.
Set. Go.
Back to Hampton on 1st down. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 14 yards is the pickup there and a Charger 1st down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned
under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
59, 59.
And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Herbert now. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. You look at this Raiders defense. This unit, they've struggled a little bit against the pass, ranked number 21 in the league.
What they lack in pass defense, they do make up for in run defense. They're a top 10 unit against some people trying to move the ball on the ground. But this is a passing league. So there's a conundrum for them. How do they get better defending the pass?
380. Hey, go lion. 5-9. Set.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
It's a gain of 20.
The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
It's a gain of 20. 1st down, Chargers.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Set. Cap. Set.
They'll run it for the first time with Williams. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Herbert going to keep it on his sneak. And And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. Justin Herbert, touchdown number 15 on the year. And the Chargers are on the board first here in Vegas. And for the extra point, Cameron Dicker. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Chargers 7, Raiders nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll run for the first time with Ashton Jeanty. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. Well, this defense for the Chargers very strong in that victory a week ago.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Once again, it's Jeanty. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing, because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
A yard all they need, but it's third down. Back to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That was their first third down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key third down throws.
And boy, down a touchdown already, but they're going to line up to go for it on their side of the field. Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
Back to throw now on first down. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. The Raiders sitting at a very solid 4-2 record through the first 6 weeks. And they come in with fresh legs. They got the extra time off thanks to an early season open week.
And usually your hope is that your open week comes a little bit later in the year. But when you get a chance to get your fresh legs back, you have to take that time and run with it. And that's what they're trying to get done here.
They'll look to throw again. Open man is Myers. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. But you talk about the defense for these Chargers. And this unit, very tough to throw against. Currently second best in the NFL.
And this unit knows exactly where they rank. They're number 2 against the pass in the NFL. You know they have their sights set on being number 1, looking for a big game today.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 25-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Again, he'll drop to throw. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. Well, that's not just his first, not his second, already his third completion here on the opening drive. And I think it's safe to say that getting him the ball in this game, one of their top priorities.
And a top priority for the defense has got to be finding ways to cover him. And I don't think you can have one basic coverage to get it done. You have to throw a number of coverages at him, make him think as he's running downfield, and hope you can create a little bit of havoc.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. Second down coming up.
Next, the receivers have spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
On the give, Genty. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Ashton Genty hitting double digits with his 10th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Raiders respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Charger drive about to get going. And they enter play here in this one on a 2-game win streak, plus they come off the open week as well. So this is a team that has a lot of things working in their favor.
Oh, it certainly is, and let's face it, this team is playing.
This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, LA. Quentin Johnston, 69 yards. And the Chargers have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that makes the score 14-7. 14.
Raiders 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
Their own 35-yard line.
The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And they were winners the last time they took the field, which was 2 weeks ago. They had the open week last week, so this is a squad that should be really refreshed and ready to roll.
I would agree, because when you get that open week after a victory, it does wonders for everyone. Obviously, your body, get a chance to heal up, but your mind as well. You feel good about winning, so now you can get away from it for a few days, put down the playbook, turn off the film. Just be you. Enjoy that time away, and then you come back ready to go.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Pass right side, caught by Thornton. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 2:06 to go.
7 brings up 3rd and 6.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
At the 48-yard line.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's 2nd down.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
Now a 2nd and 10. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Brings up 3rd down and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw. Well, a throw for Pittman is intercepted. Picked off by Benjamin St. Just. And the Chargers are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. 3rd and long that time. He was trying to make something happen, but a little too risky.
Well, the field tilted on him, and what I mean by that is what you said. 3rd and long. Got to push it downfield to try and pick up the first down. Defensive backs live for this situation, and they took advantage of the young man right there.
The Charger drive about to get going. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
Second and 10.
Home troops right. Set. Go, let's go.
Back to throw here, Herbert. He gets this to Hampton. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
A pickup of 27, and they pick up the first down in the process.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throw to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
Now a first down carry. It's Williams. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Baylor tight. 5-9, 5-9. Hey, Ray.
Now it's Herbert. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Coaches talk about it all the time. Players talk about it as well. Excellent job staying disciplined in coverage and making that stop. Inside the red zone, every stop like that could be preventing a possible touchdown.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Intended for Kyron Williams.
You can see and feel the disappointment on that one because you saw some guys on the sidelines jumping up going, oh no. Looked like they had that one set up well on third down. But you got to give yourself time to get rid of the football.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll set up a throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. So the penalty rightfully declined. They'll keep the yardage on the completion.
Still some disagreement by the defense, though, because he thought that was just good, strong coverage, and the contact's going both ways, so why is there a flag? In the end, though, doesn't matter. Still a completed pass.
They go play action here on 1st down. That's caught by Myers. The rookie from Texas looking sharp on that throw. He gets his guys a 1st down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. That'll give him 8 that time.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. Two yards to go, 2nd down. On the give, Ginty. And he gets halfway there down to the 1-yard line. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Here comes 3rd and about a foot. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. His 3rd rushing touchdown on the year and 4th overall. And the Raiders have got it back to within a score. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14.
Raiders 14.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right.
And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A big play there for L.A. 49 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Go.
Now we give up the middle to Williams. And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up. Found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, Kappa. 380. Bring it up. 380. Bring it up. Set.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Raiders are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get in the field goal range. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 29-yard line.
Now they'll throw here, out of the gun. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Looking to throw. They'll get this out to Genty. And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now 2nd and 3. Back to throw again. And his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by Elijah Molden. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. A field goal the difference. 17-14 is the score. Back underway here now in this 3rd quarter. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. He'll drop to throw. And he is caught. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. They give him 27 yards on the 3rd down conversion.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 18 go.
A give out of the gun to Genty. They'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. They'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, this is a defense that's definitely on their heels now because they gave up the running play for good yardage 1 play ago. Now the pass here sets this offense up 1st and goal. They're going to have to dig in strong now because they've been in retreat so far in this drive. This offense on the march.
He'll get this to his running back, Dowdle. They'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
3rd and goal from the 6. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the 1st level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the 2nd level.
So all square here in this 3rd quarter as the kick's away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And their 3-point halftime lead gone now, back to a tie game. But, Charles, I don't imagine that changes too much for this offense.
I would agree. I don't think it changes much at all, whether it's a 3-point lead or a tie game. They know they have their work cut out for them, and they were going to run their offense in the same vein. When coaches stress their defense being physical, they don't just mean the big guys. How about the guys on the outside, the cornerbacks? It's not just their job to patrol the airspace. They can get involved in the run game as well.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll be stopped up at the 26 after a gain of only a couple. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
What do they have for this? 3rd and 11.
Hey, easy. We'll go orange. Go, let's go. 21.
Herbert. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Brandon, what's even more impressive is that came against double coverage. He gashed them with that reception, even with the extra focus that he drew from the defense.
Set. 380. Ready.
Now they'll toss it out right to Williams. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, you're a big lover of music. How about what you just saw there? This is what I call playing the piano for a defensive lineman. The ability to move laterally up and down the line of scrimmage. How about the way he just flowed and got to the outside part of the field and made that play?
Play action this time for Justin Herbert. And this one is incomplete.
Oh, that's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here. 3rd and 10. Here's Herbert. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 36. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Lion. Hey, go lion. Ready.
They go back to the ground with Williams. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. Stopped by Jacorian Bennett.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end.
Set.
In motion goes the tight end.
5-9. Baylor tight. Home troops right. Crowd right.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Ready.
2nd and 5.
Set. 380. Black 80. Black.
Play action. It's Herbert. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
And another long drive from the offense, but the defense is denying them the end zone. Nothing to show for the last drive offensively. They can't come away empty-handed again.
They'll send the tight end in motion.
Baylor Tiger. 59. 12. Set.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 14. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Chargers.
380. Set.
They try the left side here with Williams. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Kyron Williams Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Chargers have broken this deadlock and have taken the lead here in the fourth. Extra point try now from Dicker. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Chargers 24, Raiders 17.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the fourth quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. 53 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll look to throw here on first down. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. They're going to look to throw. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the number one thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Oh, what a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, 1-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick 6.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
Dicker down to tack on the extra point. And the lead is up to 14.
Makes the score Chargers 31, Raiders 17.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At at their own 35-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. We'll see if they can band back together after the pick six. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A two-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. A good pickup there on first as a screen pass gets them 8.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Out to the right and complete to Pittman. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Clock management definitely critical here if they want to get back in this game.
Absolutely agreed. They have to up the tempo in this case, down a couple of scores. Want to make sure they have a chance to win this ball game.
On first down, it's Genty. And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line to hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
Second and 9 now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Myers. Some extra space following the display of power. Down just inside the 45.
Brings up third down.
19, we're trying again. 19, 19, 18.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. And Oliver drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up fourth down. Two minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a fourth down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Okay,
Gotta avoid the flags defensively. Here's fourth and long.
Trap 60, trap 60. Set go.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. That's to his running back, complete. And he is going to have a Raiders first down, and that was something else. A big pickup on fourth and long to give him a new set of downs.
First down. First and 10 at the 40.
They'll look to throw here. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
Brings up second and
They'll
10.
try again here. Second and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. Now first and goal.
First and goal at the 4-yard line.
They'll look to throw again. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Touchdown! Jack Besh from 3 yards out. And the Raiders have made it a one-score game again here in the fourth. Coaches must really like to see that from the quarterback because he's had the interceptions in this game, but they're able to connect on the touchdown pass.
And teammates love to see that because they know that they miss blocks during a game, but they come back and make them later on. They miss tackles, right? They miss making plays. but the spotlight is magnified on your quarterback. And when he stands up to the pressure and comes back and throws a touchdown pass after throwing some picks earlier, they feel great about that guy.
And likewise for him personally, as a rookie quarterback, has to give him more confidence. So they got one of the 2 touchdowns they needed. Now for the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
They'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Herbert going to give to Hampton. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. A pretty well-executed run. They were telling us yesterday, Charles, they were hoping to get everybody in sync, the line, the backs, and everybody looked in sync on that play.
They were in sync, and the field tilted. And that's where we get the term running downhill, because when you've got that kind of momentum and everyone's doing it properly as you just described, it does feel like they are coming from downhill to you as a defender, and that is really hard to stop.
Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2.
The Chargers will line up for the 2-point.
They'll try and throw for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it, because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius, as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, Dylan Laube. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. Here's 1st and 10. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll get this out to Genty. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2 timeouts remaining, but time is of the essence. Down 2 scores. It's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Left sideline, a dive, and it looks like he's got it. This is 1st and 10.
13 yards on the play. That's good for a Las Vegas first down.
Back to throw again. Now a run here off, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Tui Pelotu got in and dropped it.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the Chargers' 36-yard line.
Well, this was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And, Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of